Coach, you want water?
I'm good, thanks.
Yeah.
Our fourth and final press conference of the day will feature number 5 overall seed Nebraska. With a record of 27-4, the Corn Huskers defeated Ball State and Missouri to reach the regionals here in Madison. Nebraska is coached by John Cook, and he is joined today by Nicklin Hames, Jazz Sweet, and Lauren Stivrins. Coach, congratulations. Could you start us off with an opening comment? Then we'll take questions. Again, raise your hand, and we'll have microphone holders on either side of the room.
Yeah, we're excited to play Hawaii. You know, when I think about Hawaii and Nebraska, those are two great tradition volleyball programs, and I think Hawaii and Nebraska do it as well as anybody in how they support volleyball, how important it is, and so it's an honor to play Hawaii, and so I think it's going to be, you know, besides the match, there's just a lot of tradition that goes with it that I feel have felt for years in coaching. The only thing missing is Dave Soji, but Robin's doing a great job.
Questions for Nebraska?
John, after studying Hawaii, what would you say Hawaii's known for this year?
It's normal Hawaii. They have great serving, passing, ball control, defense, and they're running a 6-2, so they have a lot of hitters that can score. And they've got 2 senior setters, very experienced, and one of them sometimes plays in the front row. So you have big hitters, small hitters, hitters that hit hard, hitters that move it around, so they give you a lot of looks. But typical Hawaiian, they play really hard. And if you ever watched Robin play, she was a fierce competitor, and I can see where she's instilled that in their team. They play really hard.
Coach, do they remind you of anyone you've seen so far this year, even with the 6-2?
No. I think Hawaii's got a unique system that they're running and unique players. I mean, they've got, you know, player from Sweden. They've got Hawaiians. So they've got a mix of kind of everything. But like I said, they're very experienced in the setter position, and they play Hawaiian volleyball, which is always, ever since I started coaching the Hawaiians, it's about great ball control, shots, just playing the game, being really good volleyball players.
Lauren, last year, obviously, you guys played at Minnesota. Playing in Big Ten volleyball gyms in the postseason, what kind of atmosphere is that like, and how nice is it to play in gyms you might be familiar with?
Yeah, I think it's great. Minnesota and Wisconsin and Nebraska all have an amazing fan base, and so it's really fun to come into a gym that's going to be sold out and to walk into an environment where everyone knows what good volleyball looks like and can appreciate how skillful these teams are, and so I'm really excited. Yeah.
Jazz, if you put yourself in the shoes of Nebraska's opponents, what do you think would not be fun about playing Nebraska this season?
The whole team. I don't know. It's coming from every angle. I mean, the serve, where to put your serve so, you know, you can get an ace because that's hard. What Nicklin's going to do on the offensive side, what to watch out for. Still have to watch out for her dump. I mean, there's a lot of just offensive and defensive threats that they have. I mean, from the block to the serve to, you know, hitting at others. So just all around, I think it would be really hard to scout our team. I wouldn't want to be one of the players that has to do it. So.
John, you've got a lot of history here and have now been coming here for a long time. How have you seen the environment maybe change here? Kelly said earlier, I think the average attendance here has doubled over the last 6 or 7 years.
Well, I actually coached here. We filled the whole thing, the upper deck, before they closed it off. So when I was coaching here, we had a few of those matches. They've made it consistent now, which is awesome, and I think that's part of the commitment in the Big Ten. You know, you look at the crowd. Minnesota's selling out. We're selling out. Wisconsin's selling out. I mean, it continues to grow, and that's why the Big Ten is such a great conference. But you know, it's awesome that, you know, I read they sold out like on Monday, and that's great. So it's like Lauren alluded to, it's fun to play in a place where people care and it's important, and they're going to sell tickets and get there and watch. So that's what an NCAA championship should be about.
Nicklin, after having a week to kind of dissect two very different matches last weekend, what did this team learn about itself?
I think we were proud of how we went out and played, and that Mizzou match was a battle, and we really had to work together. And I think just coming into these matches this weekend, we just want to go in and we want to play with each other and just have ultimate trust. And we're away, so you just got to lean on each other a little bit more. And I think we took that from last weekend.
Nicklin, talk about what is the excitement level for this round of the tournament, and then also how do you make sure you guys stay focused on Hawaii and not drift off to possibilities that exist down the road?
Yeah, it's always super exciting, and there's always a lot of distractions and different things you have to do. And so I just think you have to take it one game at a time and just focus on what you're doing in that present moment and be super mindful about what you're doing. And I think sometimes you can just get caught in the moment and not really take it all in. And so I think we're just going to go into it super mindful and prepare one game at a time.
John, you've said a few times this year that this team is fun to watch this season, Nebraska. What are the things that make Nebraska fun to watch this year to you?
We play hard, we play together, we play with emotion and passion. We make big plays offensively, defensively. We are able to make big comebacks and do things like that. We're really good out of system. So we play really good volleyball with passion, and these guys like playing with each other, and they have a lot of fun. Sometimes they're a little too much fun for me. It's over my fun level schedule, but anyway, they enjoy it, and I think they really like playing with each other, and that's what, like I said, it's fun to watch. Sometimes I'm sitting there watching, I forget about coaching, and I'm just enjoying watching them compete.
Yeah, John, how do you hope that Kenzie and Maddie will respond in this environment?
They've been through the wars, so they know what this is about, and I think they know what's on the line here. And again, going through the Big Ten and some of our non-conference play in Devaney, it pretty much prepares you for whatever you're going to see. And they played here against Wisconsin 3-4 weeks ago, whatever it was, and so they've been through it, so they know. As I tell them, they're sophomores now.
Jazz, how important it is to get off to a good start, bring that energy from the first serve, and what can you do to make sure that happens?
I think it's very important no matter, which side has the energy coming out or which way the ball goes at first, but energy definitely has to stay consistent. It keeps us together, tight huddles, things like that. So I can definitely bring that in, eye contact, just, next play mentality, doing things that I can control to get the team pumped up.
Lauren, question. You're not the only member of your family playing volleyball this weekend. Have you talked to your sister about what it's like to play in the regional round and what that experience is like, and also which match are your parents going to?
Yeah, a little bit. I think she's just excited to be where she is, and as she should be. And I said, just take it in because it's a really cool experience and it goes by super fast. And but yeah, I'm very proud of her and I'm excited for her, and I can't wait to see what they do. And as far as my parents, so last week my mom was in Louisville, so now she's coming here, and my dad's going to Texas. And yep.
John, you mentioned it Saturday night that this team has something different when it's on the road in the postseason. It's closer. It's you guys against the world. The past couple days, have you felt that, and do you feel like your team is focused and ready for this challenge this weekend?
Yeah, we just had a pretty intense practice, so it's always good to, when I have to blow the whistle and stop it because it's getting too intense, then to ask them to go harder. So I think they're excited to play, and I think we've had a really good week of training hard, but also making sure they're rested going into this weekend, because it's when you got to play back to back this level, you're gonna have to dig deep. So you got to make sure they're rested. So I feel like we had a really good schedule this week, and so turn it loose tomorrow.
Nicklin, if you were at home watching on TV, what would you think would be fun about watching Nebraska play volleyball?
I just think when you watch us, you just see how much fun and how much love that we have for each other. We've been through a lot together, and I think it just shows out on the court. And we just have that ultimate trust with each other that I don't know if any other team really does. And I just think it's so fun to see that. And I think when you watch it, you want to be a part of it.
John, how do you approach with a short turnaround? You know, if you win, you've got one opponent who you're really familiar with and one who you're not. So how do you, as a staff or earlier in the week, how do you approach sort of having one team that you know a lot about and one maybe that you know a little bit less about?
Yeah, well, we you know, playing the Big Ten, we play back-to-back, so it's an advantage we have. So you have to prepare for 2 teams every week, so we're used to it. And we have our stuff ready to go. We work on it during the week and then pull out what we need. And these guys are pretty programmed into, you know, we can make adjustments and we have ways that we communicate what we're going to do and how we're going to defend and how we're going to attack and things like that. So we have our own language that we speak.
Jazz, your hitting percentage is way up from last year. What are the top 1 or 2 things that you would attribute your improvement this season to hitting?
I would definitely say one of them was just work over the summer, but I'd also say another one was the China trip and just being able to play at a high-level competition against some of the best women in the country over there. And just playing against those type of girls, you learn things, you see things that you didn't know before, and you also have to raise your game. So being able to bring that back and put that into my Big Ten work was definitely helpful.
Lauren, you guys said last week Mizzou played a lot like a Big Ten team, hit it pretty hard. You guys have said Hawaii's a pretty fast team. How do you need to adjust your defense to play against a team like that?
I don't think we do. I think we've been doing a great job defensively all year. I think we just need to play our game and not worry about what goes on the other side of the net. Because if we do that, we're pretty much unstoppable.
Lauren, you guys played Hawaii. I know there wasn't a lot of, and Beach, you played on the Hawaii. I know there's not a lot of the same people, but what's it like now that you kind of get them and you're more in your element, I guess?
Yeah. I think we're super excited. They are super beachy, and they do have a lot of shots, but I'm excited for us to go out there and show them what a Big Ten block looks like and a Big Ten back row. Yeah, I'm excited for this matchup.
Anything further for Nebraska?
Great questions.
Hi, this is Jason Jorgensen, Sports Director at KRVN. Thanks for watching this video on our YouTube channel. Now, to keep up to date with all of the things we have going on in terms of sports, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. All you need to do is hit the little red button in the corner.